Thing one tonight, we know that Donald Trump likes to watch a lot of TV, especially cable news. People close to the president told the New York Times he spends at least 4 hours a day, sometimes as much as twice that in front of a television. And even on a just glorious holiday weekend, the president apparently found the time to watch his favorite network, Trump TV. But whatever he saw yesterday did not sit well. The president took to Twitter to unleash a torrent of displeasure, criticizing the weekend team and calling the anchors terrible. It's unclear exactly what triggered that outburst. It could have been any number of things.
Guess what? History has just been made, Arthel. We are here in a sports owned franchise. Listen to it. You're in a sport.
That's thing two in 60 seconds. The U.S. women's soccer team are World Cup champions once again, taking the trophy for the second time in a row after crushing the Netherlands 2-0 yesterday. The dominating team capturing hearts all the one in the Oval Office.
Are you excited about going to the White House?
I'm not going to the White House. No, I'm not going to the White House. We're not going to be invited.
You're not going to be invited?
I doubt it.
The president responded to those comments last month from team captain Megan Rapinoe, tweeting that Megan should win first before she talks, but insisting he be inviting the team to the White House win or lose. Well, now, Megan has won, and the president is backtracking.
Will you invite the women's team to the White House, the soccer team?
We haven't really thought about it. We will look at that.
Well, at least the women's team knows that the fans have got their backs.
We are here in a sports owned franchise. Listen to it. You're in a. So did you have any doubt they were going to lose or no?
None whatsoever. Now we need to win in 2020. Democrats!
USA Democrats!
Get that racist out of the White House!
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.